shit, didn't even start it. God damn it. Just gotta update this stuff here a little bit before we get into this. All right, we're looking good. Looking good. Still long in crypto here, man. Still holding these longs. Gonna see what happens. Gonna see what happens here. Let's have a look at the ecom calendar. We got employment change news coming in 25 minutes. Keep an eye on that. It says red. And we also have oil inventories coming at 10:30. So oil inventories usually move the market a little bit. Keep an eye on that. Bitcoin liquidation. Just gonna start looking at this all the time too. Might as well. So big. There's a lot more to the upside, man. We've taken most of the liquidity already, honestly. There's a little bit down here, but we've taken most of it. They swept this, and then, you know, there's not that much down here. There's way more up here. Quick peruse through the crypto news. I usually just use these Crypto R Us guys. They're pretty good. Wow. There's a lot of states that are implementing the Bitcoin reserve now too. If you held a McChick in the past 5 years, you would have outperformed the S&P 500. Let's go. Let's go. Nice. Bitcoin ATMs going into Costco. What's Liberty X? This is pretty huge news with this guy. Trump's son just saying like buy, he's just saying buy Ethereum. And then Trump's DeFi bought a ton of Ethereum. So funny, eh? Like the SEC was all over this shit fucking 4 years ago. Now it's fine, you know? Absolutely ridiculous. Really. This guy has hundreds of millions in Ethereum. What's this guy saying?
No, I can't say because then people can figure out that no, how much I have. I would say I have hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay. Okay, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. Exposure to Bitcoin.
Like the percentage, you don't have to say exact number, but like, how do you think about either you or Cantor?
I don't have a big enough percentage. I probably have, you know, if. No, I can't say because then people can figure out that no, how much I have. I would say I have hundreds of millions of dollars.
Okay.
Okay, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. Exposure to Bitcoin. And it will be billions.
I was gonna say, so next year when you come back, and we'll do this again, and you'll be a Bitcoin billionaire. And
yeah, but you remember that model I told you? So if every time Bitcoin dips, I'm gonna be the buyer.
like the percentage, you don't have to say exact number, but like, how do you think about?
It's crazy, man. That's Trump's appointed Secretary of Commerce. He's a massive crypto holder. Wow. Wow. Really, you can't be bullish enough, man. These guys said it right. You really can't be bullish enough. Could Cardano be the Trump administration blockchain of choice? I doubt it, man. It's going to be Ethereum and it's going to be Bitcoin. What's this guy say?
This is one of the first things we're going to look at. So one of the things that the president instructed us to do was to evaluate the idea for a Bitcoin reserve, and so that is one of the things. This is one of the first things we're going to look at as part of the internal working group in the administration. So as soon as we get all that set up, we're still waiting for some cabinet secretaries who are on the working group to get confirmed. So we're still in the very early stages of this, but that's one of the first things we're going to look at is the feasibility of a Bitcoin reserve. I think the concept of the sovereign wealth funds is a little separate, and you have to talk to Secretary Lutnick, or soon to be Secretary Lutnick, about that. So one of the things that the president instructed us to do was to evaluate the idea for a Bitcoin reserve, and so that is one of the things. This is one of the first things we're going to look at. As
Bitcoin reserve
internal working group
under evaluation. So these guys are doing what they're keeping what they said they were going to do. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Really, I don't think he can be bullish enough, man. With the way that the way that everything is being devalued, and you know, the way that inflation is just piling on, everything's expensive. You know, I don't know, man. I hold no American dollars, zero. I sold out of American dollars. Everything I owned in American. All my business was in American dollars. Everything, I sold it all. I don't know. I don't see that panning out too well for those guys. Anyway, Anyway, what else were we gonna look at here? I think that was it, right? So yeah, for trading, it's just in 15 minutes or so. Yeah, 15 minutes, and then that's it. Into the charts, man. Into the charts, man. How's trading been for you guys, man? Are you guys killing it or what? Are you guys still holding long in Bitcoin or crypto in general? I'm still holding all my positions, man. Like I took longs here. I still have massive spot longs. I haven't really sold anything. I'm fully back. I'm fully in, you know what I mean? I sold some at like 102, 103, and then I fully bought back in at 89.5 with my spot. And then any longs that I'm taking, I'm trying to pass this challenge, right? So it's a little bit different, but any longs that I would be taking, I would keep, significant runners and just whatever, just keep getting stopped out until the pump happens. You're gonna make so much money on the pump, it's gonna be ridiculous, and then you'll be able to hold it. I don't know, just my view on things. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times before. What's up, Lev? Lev is in the house. Welcome back, brother. Let's go. What's good? What's good? We're chilling, man. What's good with you, brother? I'm just refilling my vape here. I don't know if this thing's dead or what. Oh. There it goes. Yeah, things are good, man. Everything's good. Everything's grand. Still in all crypto positions. So, reloaded back up fully at 89.5. Nothing has changed. If we dip into the mid 80s, I will buy more. I don't see us dipping, much farther than that. Yeah, back at home at the office. It's pretty epic here. It's still not finished yet, but I have I got a face cam, so we have some high quality cam here for you guys now. Good times. I got my big monitor. I got TV. I got 3 monitors here. It's a lot nicer to work here than to work on the road. That's for sure. I have some wall treatments coming soon. Get some soundproofing to go up. I'm gonna put like one thing here, one back here, and then one over there, and then some hexagon ones on the top. That should be good enough for this room. Right now it has a little bit of an echo. I'm using NVIDIA broadcast to like reduce all the echo and stuff in here. Works pretty good. How have you been, Lev? Thanks for dropping in, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's for you. How's you? Been learning to trade altcoin futures. Altcoin futures is a bit rough, dude. I would, if I had any suggestion for you, I would play them on the longer time frame, and I wouldn't use super high leverage. I'd play them on like the 4-hour. When I used to do a lot of alts, I used to just play them on the 4-hour or the 1 hour at the lowest. Have wider stops because like these, you know, this crypto market in the alts is like, it's fucking nuts, man. Like alts are already like levered Bitcoin, right? So it's to lever them up more, it's, you know, it becomes a little ridiculous. Oh shit, you live in LA. Are you okay? Is your neighborhood okay? Fuck. I know, I saw it on the news, dude. Crazy. My other buddy Mike, he lives in LA too. I asked him, but he said he was fine. It's far away from him. Or he lives in California, not LA. I wasn't sure where he lived, but I did check in on him. How about your neighborhood? How's your house? It looked pretty ridiculous over there, man. Like I was watching the news and it was like, fuck, man. You know, there was literally like full neighborhoods just gone. It looked like a bomb went off. Crazy times. Yeah, some videos and yeah, I know that. I was watching like YouTubers, they were like on boots on the ground and going around and checking out neighborhoods on electric bikes. It looked pretty fucked up. I'm glad you're okay though. Makes me happy. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I don't know too much about it, but they were saying that the water supply wasn't good enough or whatever. But like, I don't know, man. Like, what, you know, how are they able to anticipate, you know, using 100 fire hydrants all at the same time, or, you know, 300 fire hydrants all at the same time? Of course, the water's gonna run out. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either if it was a setup. It usually is. Which exchanges do you end up going with, Lev? Nothing really changed here yet, man. I really think we're just gonna see new highs, you know? This is a decent retest. They did make new highs here. They're holding this. They gained it again. It looks like they're just gonna push it, man. Nice 1 hour gain here. I don't know. I feel like they're just gonna push it. We were looking at the liquidity map before, and like they've taken out most of the liquidity already, right? Liquidity is like this last dump like took a lot of liquidity, right? It was like some people are saying it was like 8 billion for the exchanges in liquidity that was taken. Wow. Just wow. That is fucking big money. That is some big money, man. That just gets taken by the exchange. Wow. Pretty crazy. So I don't know, like there's some down here, but there's way more liquidity to the top side now. So I kind of just have a feeling that they're gonna go to 107 at least. See what happens up there. I have a short hedge that I'm gonna put in if we go to 103 right here off of this. Just a small short hedge. Still holding these just in case we dump. If we start seeing action up here, I'll be bringing my stops up to this. Bitnix, yeah, I was gonna recommend them actually because they're no KYC, right? $10 billion, like it's just insanity, man. 10 billion in total liquidity. That is a lot of money, man, for an exchange just to grab, you know? It's fucking crazy. You know, it's just nuts, man. Yeah, no KYC. Yeah. I should get an affiliate link with them. I just don't care too much about it. I started a prop with the crypto prop firm. My crypto funding is called. Yeah, both have affiliate programs. I can get it easy. It's just I just haven't, you know. This is my crypto funding, so this is what I'm doing on the stream right now. $5,000 account costs 64 bucks, one-time payment. You need to make 5%, or sorry, you need to make 8% as the first phase and then 5% on the second phase. We're almost past the first phase. If you want a bigger account, you can, but oh, that's expensive. I figured I'd just build up we'll see if this is, I didn't even want to, I'm not affiliated with these guys or anything, because last time I went the prop firm route, the whole fucking rug got pulled, right? So I don't even want to recommend it. To be honest with you, you know. These are BTC USD trades. You can, when you make a trade, you can make it worth whatever you want. So like, for example, let me just move this over here so you can see the trade window. So if I wanted to make a trade down here, you just put in a pending order, stop loss. So I'd put my stop down here or right here. and pending order here, and your take profit up here. And then you can put however much in there you want, right? It is leverage for sure, because I'm buying 0.5 Bitcoin worth 4,700, and it's only costing me $64 or $67 for the stop. It's not only BTC. They got everything, man. They got a lot of things. That's why I picked this one, because they have like a ton of crypto. These are all the crypto pairs. Like there's tons. There's no like fresh alts, you know what I mean? This is more like a top 100 crypto trading kind of thing. They have commodities, so like gold, copper, natural gas, so all that kind of stuff. FX, basically every FX pair. And then indices, all the major indices, like the NAS 100, the Italian 40, the German 30, Oz 200. So they got a lot of stuff to trade. That's why I thought it would be good for the stream, because there's just a lot of stuff to look at. Yeah, it is pretty good. The software is pretty good, Kai, what's up, brother? Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Lev, this is Kai. He's a new trader. He wants to learn how to trade. For this one is a trial challenge, right? So like I said, it's on here. You need to, so there's 2 phases. The first phase, you need to make 8%. We're about halfway through the first phase. And then the second phase, you need to make 5% of the account. And then after that, you get moved to a funded account. Kazook, we're doing great. We still long crypto, baby. Our trades are not stopped out yet. No time limit. No monthly fee. It's a one-time fee for this. Yeah, Lev, I like this one for even if you just do it on the long term, because there's no monthly fee. It's just a one-time fee that you pay, $64. I think there's an activation fee of like $100 or something like that too. But then after that, there's no, like, you can hold your trades, right? So you can put in trades and just fucking hold them for a long time if you want. And then the split is 20-80. So that's going to be my plan with this, is get into longer term positions and just fucking hold them for a while. I'll still trade and hedge and do all that kind of stuff, but I'd like to get into just longer term positions and then just hold them. Get some runners, I have the feeling that we're gonna see some good opportunities for runners in exchanges, man, in trading. So I think it would be pretty smart to just have deep runners. I think I'm gonna change up my, yeah, it's like swing trading. Yeah, exactly. I think I'm gonna change up my my trading plan a little bit. There's lots of alts on here too, man. Like, really, I mean, for $64, who cares? You know what I mean? That's cheap. And it's usually prop firms, it's like a monthly thing, right? So like usually you have to pay every month. Feb and March is supposed to be alt season. I see my Ethereum fucking trade is not doing the greatest, so my spot Ethereum positions. I think I'm down like $1,000 or something like that. just waiting. Ethereum looks like it's ready to go though, man. Yeah, it's lagging crazily, but it looks like it's ready to go, man. Like it's been looking like it's ready to go. This is the area, you know, to hold. This is the last of it, you know. There's not really much after this. This is big weekly liquidity level. I was probably a bit early. I started flipping into ETH up here. Around 3.5, 3.3. I still think we're gonna see a massive bounce in this. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a massive run on ETH. Pretty funny. You weren't here yesterday, so I can just go through it a little bit here. It's just funny what happened in the markets here. You know what I mean? Like, so Trump announces these tariffs. The markets, he announces it on Friday. The markets puke. The crypto markets puke all weekend. And then as soon as the indices open up, they puke too. And then Monday morning comes around, and then Trump's just like, nah, we're not gonna have tariffs. We're gonna put a pause on them. Market rebounds like crazy. All the while, just let me get it here, man. It's just funny. So all the while that massive dump on liquidity was happening, you got this. Trump World Liberty Finance buys 86,000 ETH for 220 million. Total holdings reach 420 million. This is Trump's DeFi play. Trump-backed DeFi project. That's crazy, dude. So they bought the ETH dump was nothing to do with tariffs. It was everything to do with this shit, man. Really, this is how it looks. Like, I'm not really one for the news, man, but like, this is fucking blatant, man. You know, like, this is just blatant. So they dumped ETH. They dumped ETH by 30% and they bought it at 22 is where they bought it. 2,200. Wow. They basically ticked the bottom. And you can see this here. This is their portfolio holdings. So 300. Yeah, you can see it here. Their biggest holding is ETH by far. 381 million. Sorry, 219 million. 78,000 ETH. Their biggest holding by far. 61% of their portfolio is ETH. And they bought it on that dip. How is this legal, man? You know what I mean? How is the president allowed to just say shit that drastically affects the markets, and then the project that he's dealing with buys it up, and then the next day it's like, oh yeah, no thanks, we're not doing tariffs, we just wanted a good deal on ETH. It's so funny, man. Like, it's so fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. Like, how does this happen? Nothing is legal these days. Yeah, no doubt. It's just get in line, I guess. Just buy it. At this point, it's like, just buy and hold, because these idiots are just gonna pump the market. There's no way that they're letting this shit go to shit. You know what I mean? There's way too much money involved. They're not letting it go to shit. Even if there's a correction, they're just gonna be buying more, What's the outlook on Bitcoin? I think the bottom's in, man, honestly, but I could be wrong. If we do slide, I think that around 85 is probably. But looking at the liquidity map, there was it shows there's no liquidity at 85. So yeah, this is 85, and there's almost no liquidity there. So they've already taken most of the liquidity down here. There's a little bit left, right? So maybe we'll see one more push down to the high 80s. I initially thought 85, but then Monkey, one of the guys that come in here, he showed me this, and I was like, oh shit, that's weird that there's no liquidity at 85. Like, I thought there would for sure be liquidity there, but I guess not. I guess everyone's moved it up to here. So maybe 88 at the lowest, but I honestly think that it's just the bottom's in. I don't think that we're going to see much lower. This is a perfect failure to lose on the weekly that they did. This is why I bought here, right? Like, it was a failure to lose on this, so they pumped it like crazy out of there. They held it like crazy. Some people are calling for like a extended bull market, man. Like, they're saying it may run into 2020, like 2026, mid 2026. It's very reminiscent of 2017. This is, We speak in Chinese? No. I know, Kazuka, I know you're new. Double peak in 2025. I don't know, man. I'm still thinking that we're gonna see a fucking massive run, dude. Like, I think we're gonna see, like, at the least we're gonna see like 250 Bitcoin. It's just my opinion, right? Like, it could be wrong, but this feels like 100k feels like 20k, feels like 10k. Like, we're getting the same kind of price action when we did when it was 10k. And like, there's so much news, man. Like, I'm not usually news based, but like, there's so much shit now, man. Like, there's all countries are getting involved, and like, everybody's talking about strategic reserves. Can I show you my current trades? They're on the screen. I just bought Bitcoin on the dip. Right here. I've already taken some PTs. I took PTs here. My last trade was pretty good. And stops in profit. So just kind of waiting now. I have a short lined up for here. And that's just going to be a head short. So I'm just going to target new lows. This is the target for the head short in case we do dump it. And if we get stopped out, it's okay. I'll take a stop and I'll take a PT. I need to play this a little bit different because this is, as soon as I make another $300, I'll be moving to the next phase. So I'm sure I have to close all my positions and start again. Do I ever look at alts? I can. What alts do you want to see? Usually I had the top 50 here that I'd look at all the time. You want me to go through it? I don't look at like stupid alts though. I would only look at the top 50. Liquidity. 50 cent ADA. That's probably the best that's gonna get. Still hasn't gained the 4. Yeah, anytime you want. I have the list right here. It's just the top 50 coins. So, or the top like 48. Some got delisted. I took them off of there. But I can go through it anytime. I used to do it once a week for YouTube. But it's taking up too much of my time, man. I just don't care. Should get the NASDAQ up here. Yeah. I have Sol on the screen. I have trades on Sol too, right? I took trades on the same dump. I took trades on Sol. When you're trading in crypto, man, you just can't trade if you the more you put out in like alts is like levered Bitcoin, right? So if Bitcoin takes a shit and dumps, every alt position is gonna go into the garbage, right? It's not like you're gonna find solace in Sol. You know. So you need to be a little careful, right? Especially when you're taking like leverage trades. You're taking leverage trades and you're trading on a Bitcoin. You're trading Bitcoin on a leverage idea. You really can't take the same idea on like a whole bunch of alts because like then the risk is out of whack, right? So you're no longer risking 1% of your portfolio if you're taking 5 or 6 alts. You're risking like 5 or 6 or 7%, right? That becomes a little bit too much for one idea, you know. I usually just trade Bitcoin and like one other alt is what I'll trade. For spot holdings is a little bit different. Sure, if you believe in the project or whatever, and you think it has potential to just buy and hold. But for leverage trading, it's a bit tricky, man. You can't be trading on like 10 different coins at the same time. I mean, if you do, then if it works out great, but if it doesn't, then it's like you're gonna lose 10% of your portfolio, especially with like stop slides and stuff like that during some of these liquidation events. You have a strat around AI. What's RWA? Employment numbers came in better than expected. $183K. Expected 155K. Really no impact in the markets. Large cap to mid cap to small cap to micro cap. What's the strat, brother? Yeah, man, the alts on leverage, like if you ever take alt trades on leverage, just don't use lots of leverage. You know, you can use like, you know, 3 times max or 5 times at the absolute max is 5 times. Like you can't do big leverage on those. I mean, you can if you're doing like scalping or like, you know, with super tight stops. Real world assets. Got a few of those. Yeah, the storm's coming. Yeah, the storm's coming, man. It's like fucking stack harder is all I can say. You know, just get your goddamn cryptos and stack harder. I think by the time this bull run is over, it's gonna make like the other bull runs look like a fucking joke. Honestly, I hope we see a massive crash first. It would be better for me because I have time right now. I don't have time. I'm still getting operations set up here in Indonesia. I don't have spare capital every month yet. I'm putting the capital back into the business. I need to put in solar panels and stuff. But soon, in like 6 months, I'll have like lots of spare capital all the time. So we'll have to see where the market's at at that point. But the next bear market, I'm going to be ready to stack and to hold for a long time. I'm always a fan of real world assets, man. That's why I bought villas, right? I bought villas that cash flow like fucking crazy. So no matter what happens, I can have cash flow like crazy. And then I can use that cash flow to reinvest or to buy crypto or do whatever I want, right? So I'm always a big fan of a real world asset that cash flows. setting up a business here was kind of a fucking pain in the ass, though. Let me tell you. They've been saying it's going to be soon for a while, though, right? Sol looks a lot like the Bitcoin chart, basically identical. So Sol, analysis on Sol, came down, tested this gap. You see here where it made this low, and then it had a 4-hour gain, and it made this gap here. Remember how we talk about gaps all the time on this channel? This gap right here, and this 4-hour low. It's important things to keep in mind when things are falling apart and going crazy. Understand that this is an untested area that's gonna hold. So that's why you buy it like crazy all the way down with stops underneath here. With stops underneath here. Now, yeah, we'll see. I don't know when things are gonna happen. I just know that this shit's gonna go up much higher than it is everything. Oops. So Sol came down, bounced like crazy off of this, gained the 4-hour, came back down, and then I don't know if you can see it, but there is a gap down here. It's not a big one, but it's still a gap. So when they gained this, they created a gap. There's no gap up here. There's a gap here, right here. You can see it, yeah? I can zoom it in for you a bit so you can see it a little bit better. See, right here, created a gap. So this is the level to hold, or this is the level where you're going to see a reaction. So this is where on Sol I took trades here, and then I did an ad here, and then that's it. So the next thing that we're looking at on Sol is going to be this right here, this gap. This gap lines up with the bottom of this structure. So that's probably the next thing that we're looking at. So a move like that, and then we'll see what happens from there. If we get a massive pump in crypto, I'd be looking at this area up here. Yeah, I expect it to bounce here. Yeah, it did bounce here already. This is a 4-hour chart, so you need to understand that this is already a big move, right? This is already a 7% move, 6% move. That's huge. That's already a big move. You could have already hit this and taken profits, and re-added again if you wanted to. I'm looking for a bigger move up to here, at least. And then if we get a really big move, then probably up to here. So at least 8% from here, or a sweep of these would be 20 if we get a real big move. And who knows, like if it starts like going nuts, can do a retracement here. 618 is at 320. So this is the if we get into price discovery, then it'll be up here somewhere in this neighborhood. Could actually just move this to, you don't know for sure, right? So it's just like, this is the roundabout area where you could see it go if it gets into price discovery. And then we can look at the bigger. Let's look at the weekly here. Yeah, 100% 150 at least. Like I think we're going way higher, man. Really, I think we're going like, I don't even want to say, because like who fucking knows, man. If like this shit could really get crazy, man, with like countries buying it, and you know, there's already a bunch of countries buying it. So really on the big pull from down here, the next Sol's not even at where it needs to be at, right? Like the Sol should be going up to this. And then if it goes crazy, it's probably going up to this. So I would expect at minimum Sol to go to $400. And if we really see like if alt season really picks up, like really kicks off, then we're probably going to 640. We'll see though. You don't know. I'd kind of be happy with 400. Am I waiting for the gap retest? I'm already long Sol. So I can explain the trade here. I long during the crash, right? So it's basically the same trade as Bitcoin was, right? Looking at the 4-hour chart. So this is when it crashed. Remember I explained this to you, this gap and this level. So this is the level where I was starting to long. So I longed it here. And then I think I only took one position because I was heavier on the on Bitcoin, so I didn't take too many positions on this. Then it bounced out of here. So like this is the initial entry right here, is where you should have taken trades initially. Second entry was profit target here above this, and then you're expecting a pullback. The pullback is pulling back into this gap as expected. This is the second entry. So I've already entered into this too, right? Now I'm targeting. You can target higher than this gap here, lining up with this shit, or this is the next two major areas. Yes, I have an active trade right now. You can see it right here on Sol. It's the initial entry and the second one. Right, so this is the same chart. It's just on the trading platform. And then I have my stop moved up at this point. Before my stop was down here, but I moved it up. So I moved up to here so I won't lose jack shit. These are pretty small trades too, right? Like I'm not trading huge on here. My Bitcoin trade's actually pretty big for this account. Yeah, I'd say. It's a little weird though, like all the shit that's going on in the world right now. Like who knows what's gonna go on, man. Like they might crash the markets. They might crash all the markets right, first before this shit really happens. I still think there's gonna be a bubble burst, like the everything bubble, where everything. I do short, but like, you know, shorting, like I have a short right now. I have a short lined up on Bitcoin. I'm gonna short this gap up here but it's a head short, you know. I'm long already. But I do short. It's just I long way more because we've been in a bull market for 130 years, man. So of course you're gonna long more. You know what I mean? And I don't know, I'm try to be a little picky with my trades. So I was gonna short this, but this didn't give me a good right here. I was when I was at the charts when this happened right here, when they lost this. But I was like, this isn't really I was really thinking that they're gonna take the liquidity up here first. So I had the opportunity to short right here. I didn't. I should have. I could have. It would have been a nice hedge. You know what I mean? I could have just left it short with my other, you know, my other trades going, and then I would have just put the target right at the bottom in case it did fall apart. That's like the way to trade, man. That's the best way to do it. You should always be actively looking for a hedge. This one's a little close. You know what I mean? It's not that far away. You should always kind of try to hedge a little bit farther. Even this one's kind of close. I don't know, not the best, but I'm still gonna do it. I have a PT here too, so I have a sell, a PT, and we'll see what happens if it even gets there. Yeah, this sell limit right here is not active. It's just a resting order waiting. Behind it is a target profit. You see behind it there, right here. This is active from these. This stop loss is not active because this has to do with this sell order. So this is the stop loss on this sell order. You can see they're numbered out here, right? So this one's ending in 108. This one's ending in 108, and then the target profit for that sell is down here, 108. So I have longs too, right? So I have 2 longs from down here. So if the sell happens, I'll be moving my stop up to here. If the sell happens. And then we'll see what happens with the sell. If I get stopped out, I'll just be holding my sell until down here would be the target for the sell. You know what I mean? So that's just going to be the hedge against. So it's just kind of like insurance, you know? It's like insurance for your trade. Because by the time you get up here, I'll be like $300 in profit. So instead of, I'll take a PT and I'll take a hedge, and I'll still have an open position. And instead of like having to close your position, you can just take a hedge, and then if your hedge gets stopped, oh well, you still have your long. You know, you lose a little bit of money, but it's not that big. It's not, you don't lose that much. You like hedging in a channel? Yeah, I just like hedging when it's you know, when it's time to hedge. When you hedge, you shouldn't hedge like too close together, you know what I mean? Like I would say you should only put out hedges like when price is like 10% away from your entries from the longs, you know? So like for Bitcoin, it was, I longed down here and the hedge is up here. So the hedge is 12%. That's fine. When you, I looked at this for a possible hedge, but I didn't do it. 8%. It kind of breaks my rules, but not a huge deal. I just like this area as a hedge better because it's more significant. You know, there's a huge gap here. This move that made this high. So, you know, this swing here. So a lot of kind of stuff lining up. There's a swing here. So if this hedge plays, I'll be targeting like this down here. Because I think if we go down here again, it's over. Probably even lower. I'll probably just target this and just be done with it. But Yeah, hedging is awesome, man. It's like, you know, it's like real carefree trading. Because like if you have a position in each direction, you know, you really don't care which way the market goes or what's happening. Just taking PTs at certain spots and that's it. Dude, it was a scorcher here today in Indonesia. Let me tell you guys. My God. She was hot. She was a spicy one. Should we look for some trades, man, maybe? This would have been a good one. That would have been decent to take. Where was I? Man, that's a Jake on a trade right there. Let's look at a few different things here. Euro. Euro's in a good spot to short. What's the Dixie saying? Dixie's good to long. A little late to the party. Should have looked at this earlier. Not that late. They haven't failed the 15 yet. Probably watch this. This is looking like it's going to be a decent area to take a trade. I have a long on this on the euro right now. Why? Gonna wait for this. This looks like a good opportunity. We'll see what the Dixie does. Dixie's looks like it wants to gain, yeah. You know, they just closed this gap. Not bad. If they gain this. They kind of already did, but no close. We'll see what happens. This looks like a pretty good opportunity. Yeah, this looks okay. Worth a stab anyway. So just waiting on this. Just waiting for this to break. And then hopefully they create a gap on the dump. And then we can look at getting into a trade. Probably target underneath this. See what they do here, you know. One to get on the watch though. Let's get this on a 4-banger. Euro USD, and then I can put Bitcoin here. Soul. I usually have Soul up for Monkey. He didn't show up today. What a guy. And then this will be the 100. What about you guys? You guys see any trades out there? You guys looking at any charts? I'm just gonna grab a coffee, boys. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll leave you with the charts. Just waiting to wake up. Wake up, brother. It's time. Should really make that bigger, yeah? How'd that look? It is hot out here, man. Bali is hot. Yeah, I usually, Lev, I go till market opens in half an hour. I usually go until around 10. I'll try to what I try to do is just get into a couple trades at the market open or around the market open. Maybe 10:30. If something really is fancy going on, then maybe 11 at the very latest. New York time is what I'm talking about. Yeah, dude, do it. Do it here with us, man. There's Craftsman's here. He usually trades too. He trades futures on crypto, and so does Monkey. Monkey usually just trades Sol, but he's usually here too. And then Kadzook is brand new. He's brand new to trading, so we're gonna need to train him up a bit. But that's fine, man. We're all brand new at one point, you know. You're actually pretty lucky, Kadzook, that you stumbled across, you know, somewhere where there's actually people who know what they're doing, you know. Because there's a lot of bullshit out there, man. Or there's a lot of people who will charge you for it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with courses, man. I partner with Trade Sumo. You see on the screen right now, Trade Sumo. He's got a really good price action course, but it's expensive. But if you want to take it, I have an affiliate link. Some people don't have the time to do it, you know. Yeah, 10 Eastern. I would say maybe 10:30 at the very latest. Lev. But this stream is not here to push anything on anybody, right? I have a few affiliates, but like, you know, I don't really push them that much. Yeah, well, if it benefits you too, then you know, why not take it? I'm sure his course is fine. He knows what he's doing. He's a good trader. I'm far past the time of taking courses. I've taken many in my days. A lot of shitty ones. A couple good ones. Really the what you need to know for price action is readily available for free. If you want to put in the time to search around, you know. But yeah, if you're trying to learn more theory on price action and he's offering it to you for free, why not? Scholar, he's a trader that came up at the same time that I did. He's on Twitch too. He's a Twitch streamer. Or he's just a streamer in general. I guess he's selling a course, I don't know. But he learned from the same guys that I learned from. Looks like it's a no-go on this short so far. They held the level on the euro. They held it. Really, like, these markets have just been fucking flat, man. I'd like to have the open here. See what's going on. There is oil news at 10:30, so I'll probably wait until then. See what happens there. Dixie did not gain. Yeah, these guys are gonna push it. And then this is tested already, so kind of looks like new highs here for euro. We'll see. This is a decent area for them to dump it. Want to wait for confirmation first before entering any trades, though. Let's have a look at a few other things here. Like, let's look at gold. A couple commodities, yeah. Gold just blasting, yeah? Wow. Just ripping. New highs. Where can we see this go? Still got a ways to go, yeah. Just ripping it. Just ripping it with gold. How about silver? It's kind of the same boat. I would have been in a good entry there a couple days ago. After gaining this, that would have been good. Missed that one. You guys see this, yeah? This right here. After gaining this, creating a gap here on the daily, that would have been a really good entry. We go natural gas. Never trade this. Look at the spread on that. Yeah. Did you see PTLR or PLTR? I sold this way too early. Look at that. $103. You know where I initially bought this? Bought this one during COVID. I initially bought this here. No, it was a little higher than that. Like 11 bucks, something like that. I sold it all when we hit here. 24. And then now we're at 100. Fuck. If I would have held that one, my God, man. I would have had like fucking 40 grand probably if I would have held that one. Tough to watch. I know do you have that one anymore, Lev? I know you were into that one too. Sold that way too early. Yeah, I don't really, the only ones I really look at here is going to be like gold and silver, really. And like they're well underway. Nothing too interesting for me here. When it's at all-time high. Yeah, you can trade all kinds of things, man. There's tons of things. Like there's a huge commodities list: aluminum, Brent, copper, corn, natural gas, sugar, wheat, gold, silver, zinc, crypto. There's a ton. And then like the indices are pretty cool too, because they got like the Euro 50. This is the Euro 50. They need to do a little work on their France 40. These can really only be swing traded though, right? Because like on the 4 hour it's fine, but once you start getting in there on the 15 minutes, it's actually not too bad. But you see how there's a spread? You sold PTLR at this breakout? That's fucking awesome, dude. Congratulations. Because you held that way longer than I did. That's really well done, man. Really. That's fucking awesome. Way to go, Lev. I sold mine way too early, man. I sold it at like maybe $30 or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, these are, you know, all the indices are, I think they're CFDs, right? So they all have spreads. But it's still pretty cool that you can trade a bunch of shit. And honestly, if the 15, usually the indices are fine to trade on the lower time frame, because like the spread's not that bad. Just need to make your stop a little bit longer, a little bit wider. But some of the commodities you cannot. And then FX, it literally has every FX pair that you could want. Odd trying to gain. This would have been an all right one. This isn't too bad, actually. Target up here. Kind of late to the party, though, you know? They could dump it a little bit more. I would have liked to get involved here. Or even here. Or like here, you know? A little late to the party. Odds pumping, I guess. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I bought mine. I can't remember exactly the number. I'd have to go through the broker again, but it was cheap, man. It was like $12 or like $11 or something like that. Very cheap. And then I sold it at, it was over 100% when I sold it. But like, fuck, it went like, it could have been a 10 banger, right? It could have been 10 times. This one a little late to the party too. If I would have saw this one earlier, might have been able to take a trade on it. Didn't really leave a gap here. I always just kind of pass on those. This one looks like a short on the 1 minute. So these 1 minute charts, man, I just don't even pay attention to them anymore. Gained the 4. Making new lows. Did leave a gap here. Kind of tested it already. This doesn't look too bad. Take a stab at it. They already tested it though, so would have been good to get in it already, you know. So like this is the area where I should have been looking to get in. It's already happened. Don't really love this. CAD JPY. See how the old Canada dollar's doing. The old Canadian tribute dollar. The loonie. How we doing? Gain the 4. This doesn't look too bad. little bit already underway, but let's go to the 1 hour here. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just still gonna pass. Not the greatest looking. Didn't really leave a gap here. Gained the 4. They did leave a gap initially. This would have been the entry. So this trade's underway already. Yeah, this is like Riyadh spot, I guess, but not the greatest. It's not too bad actually. There was an hour gap here. It's not too bad. Gaining again. This isn't too bad for a trade. Target up here. What's the stop worth? $7. Target here. It's like a 2-to-1 trade. Not the greatest risk to reward, yeah. Kind of move the stop up a bit. I don't really like to do that though. Kind of like to have it right there. Not the greatest risk. Really. Too bad. Yeah, 103. I have shorts there. Where am I here? Chef JPY. Yeah, 103. You can see I have a sell limit here. That's kind of what I'm targeting. I have a sell limit there and a profit target there. So I have a sell limit there for a hedge. So if it falls apart from there, then I'll be clear still. If we get up there too, I'll be moving my stops up to underneath this. Maybe even a bit higher, like underneath this swing here. Something like that. What's up, Caro? Welcome to the stream, brother. Welcome in, brother. Happy to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. What did you want me to show you? CME BTC gap? Yeah. We can look at it. Sure. The CME, I just have the IBIT, so that'll show you any kind of gaps that it's on CME too. It's the futures gap. Which one are you talking about? The one down here? Like this CME has gaps all over the place, or like when it's an ETF, it has gaps all over the place, right? Because it's not open over the weekend, right? But yeah, for Craftsman, yeah, there's a gap up here. I'm at 103.3 basically is where I have it. That's where I put my orders and my profit targets. One of them anyway. I might move one of these PTs up too. I don't know, because this one will probably have the same kind of gap. I'm already above it. This gap. Oh, it's the same. It's the same one, right? Basically. Anyway, back to looking through charts. Where were we at? Chef JPY. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button, brother. Anyway, back to searching through charts, man, to look for any kind of trade that we could take. Is there any trades out there? Where were we at? We were at Canada, Japan. Canada, Japan. Here we go. Canada, Japan. I think this one was a fuck now. Nah. Not my kind of play. Since I mentioned gold, yeah, what about it? Chef JPY. This one actually looks all right, but it's just this is the retest. It's the second time coming down on it. Let me have a look at this one a little bit harder. Yeah, you know, it's not terrible, this one, but it's just, this is like, how many times has it been at this level, and it's put in a lower low here. G Dixie? The hell's G Dixie? G Dax? The hell is this? Gold miner options? ETF? I don't think that one's for me. I don't know, man. I don't think that one's for me. Maybe, but no. Yeah, I don't really like this either. You know, they're trying to hold this. This is an area to hold. You want to see BTC one bang? Why? This, the futures? Is this the gap you're talking about? The 71, 77? Yes, and on RTH. What's RTH? Yield max ETF. You know, I don't think that we're gonna see that, man. Really, could be wrong, but if it did go down there, that would be a massive buying opportunity, man. It'll probably go a little bit lower because it'll probably test the top of that and take this gap right here. Because on the regular Bitcoin, BTC USDT, at 77 there's nothing, right? Like there's a gap there, a fair value gap, but if you look at the liquidity, let's look at the liquidity chart down there. There's not much liquidity there, you know? There's no liquidity there. So the liquidity is right here, man. Like if it's gonna, I don't even think we're gonna get down here because there's not much liquidity down here at 83. I thought they could take this 84, but all the liquidity is right here at like 86, 87. So if we do have another leg down, I imagine we'll just take that and then go. But really, they've already taken much of the liquidity, right? They've taken most of the liquidity here already. It's a bit left, but you wanted BTC one bang and then 30-minute chart. Oh shit. Here you go, brother. See what you need to. This. No worries. No worries, brother. Carl, welcome to the stream, man. What do you normally trade, Carl? Just Bitcoin? Euro odd. This looks good to go. Just Bitcoin, yeah? Should trade other things too. How long have I been trading for? Rod Bilico. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. How long have I been trading for? I've been trading for about 20-ish years or so. At first, I was more just an investor, not really a trader. And then I kind of graduated to trading. I'm not much of a scalper. Used to scalp a lot, but not anymore. For crypto, I have longs out on Bitcoin. I bought the dip. Longs on Bitcoin and longs on Sol, and then I put my full holdings back in. I sold them at 102, around 102 or 103. I think I took a sell at like 99.2 or 99.5, and then I put everything back in at 89.5 when we swept the bottom of this top range. So I'm fully in again. Fully in, and honestly, I think I'm gonna take a trade right here on Euro odd. I already have a Euro trade on EuroCAD. Does it look the same? Probably. Honestly, the Euro odd one looks better. This one doesn't look that good. How's the trading going so far? Trading's going great, man. Can't complain. I live in Bali, and all I do is trade here a little bit for market open, and that's it. I like to come here and help train the new guys. Really, I just get pleasure in training new people how to trade, because I remember when I first started, it was fucking hard, man. Like it's hard to lose a bunch of money at first. When I first started trading, I probably lost like, I don't know, 30 grand or so. Something like that. You don't understand anything, basically? Well, that's all right, man. Everybody starts somewhere, right? You got to start somewhere. But I'm happy to help you answer any questions or whatever, right? It's all good. Happy to help. My plan with you new guys is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you on the stream. We'll get you set up in the Discord, and then you can ask questions and I'll directly answer them, and I'll try to make it as dead simple for you as possible, because really it's not that difficult. Okay, I think I'm gonna take this trade here. We'll risk 20 bucks on this, sure. 20 to make 45. Not the best risk to reward, but fuck it, right? Should we just try for the top? I mean, like, that's better. Then I can have my stop a little bit lower. Cool, we're in. Best viewers on Damn You. Damn You, Upright. Why do you come in here, man, and put your viewer bullshit on me all the time? I might just ban the word viewers. Don't these people have anything better to do than just to come in here? And I guess we had the market open, eh? I'm not even fucking paying attention. I'm just like casually going through charts. Yeah, maybe. Fuck. Funny. Okay, do we have a full-on freeze of this software or what? All right, we're shutting it down. Let's just get back to the watching the markets. BTC. What else did I have up here, man, for you guys? BTC, Sol. This should be the 100. What else do you guys want to see up here? What do you guys want for the other chart? Viewer pick. You guys want the S&P? You guys want the another crypto, maybe XRP? Markets are ripping. S&P? Okay. All right. So we got the indices at the bottom here, Sol and Bitcoin. I have positions on Bitcoin and Sol already. I have a few other positions here. I have Euro CAD long, Euro odd long. Yeah, it's true, Lev. Lev speaks the truth. You know, it's crazy how much money like these exchanges made, right? Because they liquidate your Bitcoin when it's way undervalued, and then they instantly, like within minutes, get it. It goes back up in value, and they can sell it then if they want. You know what I mean, or whatever. They liquidate your assets at like a super cheap valuation. Like there was ETH liquidations happening at like $2,200, and then literally 15 minutes later it was at $2,800. Pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. But yeah, Lev is right. Risk management is very, very important. It's basically one of the most important things that you need to know. You can't risk too much per trade, right? Each trade needs to be worth whatever 1% is of your portfolio. And then I was talking about it with Lev earlier too. The how much money do you put into a single trade? So that's what we're talking about right now. Like how much money you put into a single trade is, it really depends on how much your portfolio is worth, right? So like if your portfolio is $100, then really you should only be risking $1 per trade. So if your portfolio is $1,000, then you can risk $10 per trade. 20 if it's like a good trade, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't risk any more than 2% of your portfolio on any single idea. Can I risk 10%? Yeah, sure you can, but you're blow up your account. You can risk however much you want. You can risk 100% if you want, but that's just the wrong way to do it. Trick to this game is when you have losses, have little losses, and when you have gains, or when you have winners, have okay winners, and then every once in a while have big winners. And then it's consistency. The euro odd trade, sure. I'm just gonna pull it up on this just because it's a little easier for me to do it, and I'm gonna hit record here too, so I can put this out later as a. Maybe I'll record this window too. Euro odd. So this is going to be pretty straightforward, right? We'll look at the 4 hour. So, you know, this isn't an A1 trade because it did fail up here, right? So it did fail. So it can make newer lows, but there still is a gap down here that it's in. Right here. So we had a 4 hour gain above this, and it was never tested. So we're in the area to test it. I was a little late to the party because this is the bottom of the range, so I just smashed in. It's fine. Stops here. We'll be targeting right here. And maybe up here. Depends. I think I just put the target up here for now. It did get pretty high in the range. Usually this would be an A1 trade. This would be an A1 trade if this had gone up here first and then came all the way back down here. That would be an A1 trade. This is probably a B minus trade. You know what I mean? Because it failed up here. So failing up here, we could get a move like this and then a move like this to continue this downtrend of lower low, lower low, lower low. You know what I mean? Where's the gap? Oops. So when we were down here, we gained this. When we did that, we created a gap right here. So we gained this with a vengeance, right? Created a gap right here. This is on a 4 hour time frame, right? So I am a little late to the party, but I did enter it here. Really what you're looking at shouldn't be the gap. The gap just signals to you, even if that negative candle is between them. What negative candle? This one? Yeah, that's fine. All you're looking at is over here. Don't even look at here. This is just price approaching. The important stuff is here, right? The important stuff is over here. So as the price comes down, you know that this is an untested level, because when it gained over top, this is the order block that it gained. right? This is the order block that it gained. So when it gained that, it left this gap. So leaving that gap signals to you that that level's untested. So when the price approaches that level again, you're not even really looking at the gap. You're looking at this order block, right? The gap is just the signal. It's just an easy way to spot untested levels where the market will have a reaction. You can put orders in the gap. A lot of people do. A lot of people just play it that way. But really, what the market is testing here is this: the bottom of this order block. And let me just clear this off again. The bottom of this order block and the top of this order block are the important things. So you can see it tested the top here, and then it's testing the bottom now. So now we'll see. Needs to get over top of this. So if it goes up here and then comes down, this is starting to look like a good trade. Does that make sense? Kedzuk. Carl, what short idea? What are you talking about? Sorry, I didn't see. See if, did you type it in here? Caro, short. Caro. Or you're gonna scalp short. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm long on everything. So you're gonna scalp short on what? On Bitcoin, you said? I mean, you know, we gained, right? So Bitcoin gained this 4 hour, came down, tested this gap perfectly too, right? Tested this gap. It's pumped into previous swings and previous support. So it's come back down, testing a gap on the way down. So, you know, next thing for Bitcoin is either up here. Shorting here is like mid-range, right? If you want to take a short, you need to short up here. I understand you're using 30 minutes, but like, if it's just a scalp, I guess. Let me see. There's no gap. You wanted to short this? There's no gap. It's already been tested. So like this has been tested here. This was the short here. If you wanted to short it, you should have shorted it here. This is a second test into this area. It makes it weaker, right? So it's, you know, not saying that it won't work. It might work. You know, I'm wrong all the time, but it coming back into this area, really you should concentrate on just taking the first time it goes and touches the area, right? So not saying that this isn't a support zone, right? There's definitely support here. If you're taking shorts here, you need to target below this, right? But the time to short this is not now. It was here, or even here, I guess. But the time really to short this was here. When it initially broke this, let's just clear this off a bit. When it initially broke this, so it was going up, it was in an uptrend, and then it broke this resistance. It broke this support. So when it initially broke this with this candle, on the next candle up is where you should have took shorts. Coming into it for a third, now not two, but a third time. You know, now it's starting to look like it might be going the other way, right? But this definitely is an area of resistance. I just want you to be aware of the safer way to do it is if you just look for trades with the first time it does it. Same up here, right? I almost took this short up here, but because when it failed this, it didn't really leave a good gap on the 15. I was looking at the 15. It didn't leave a good gap when it failed this, so I didn't take the trade. I was looking for trades here, but it didn't leave a good gap, so it just wasn't a trade for me. You're colorblind. Blue is up, pink is down. All right, so I think we had news too. Is that what made this pump? Well, we did have a little bit of news. Came in worse than expected. I don't know what that means though. ISM services, probably nothing. And then we have crude oil numbers coming at 10:30, so in 30 minutes. I'll probably wait until the crude oil numbers, and then probably call it a day. Might have some action here on the indices. Quite the move. Yeah, gaps can be used on all time frames, of course. Price action is fluid, so it works on everything. Obviously, if it's a 4-hour setup, it's gonna work better. Usually, like how you should look at it is like the higher the time frame, or the bigger the time frame, the better things work, or the better levels are respected, the better gaps are respected. So when you see a gap on a 4-hour time frame, you know, and it's in a gap on a 4-hour time frame, then it's, you know, it's a pretty good idea to take trades there, because it's will work out a lot of the time, at least for a reaction. And really, honestly, in trading, all you're looking for is the reaction, man. All you're looking for is the initial reaction. Try to get a profit target, move your stop up. That's it. And then whatever happens, right? All you can gauge is initial reactions. Really, anybody that tells you different is this. They don't really, not really. I don't believe it, unless you're like a phenom like Skinner. For the most part, most of the people they look for places where there's a high probability chance that there's going to be a reaction. Get in there, and either you're getting in there and you're looking for a relatively quick profit target relative to the time frame, or you're moving your stop up to protect your account. And then just keep doing that. You get stopped out a lot, but you just keep doing that, and then after a while it's fine, you know what I mean? Like it's you'll hit some runners, and you know, you just gotta you need to stick with it, is the kind of the thing. Trading is like, there's a lot of losing in trading. You know what I mean? I don't know any other job where you can show up and you're wrong 50% of the time and you're doing it right. You know what I mean? Like, you're literally wrong 50% of the time, or 60% if you're a real good trader. So the other 40% of the time, you're just dead wrong. And so, you know, you need to account for that shit. You know, is all. You just need to realize that you're not going to be right a lot of the time. And you know your price targets and your stops need to take that into consideration. Yeah, dude. I'll be here, Lev. Like, I'm not going anywhere now. I'm here until I'm going to Portugal in August. Something like that. So I'll be here until August. Literally every day trading. It would be awesome if you like came by all the time, and we can bounce ideas off each other and shit, you know what I mean? It would be good. How many trades do I make per day? I don't know, man. Maybe like 1 or 2. Maybe sometimes none. I don't really trade like super small time frame anymore. Like right now I'm not doing scalp trading, right? I'm mainly trading off 4-hour ideas. I enter on 15-minute usually, but the idea is a 4-hour. So like these trades were taken like, you know, a few days ago. Today I took 1 trade on stream, and then this one also a few days ago. Can I explain scalping for beginners? Scalping is done the exact same way as I trade. It's just price action, right? Like you enter a scalp trade, you're looking for the same shit as someone who's trading on a 15-minute, as someone who's trading on a 4-hour. You know what I mean? You're looking for the exact same patterns in the chart. You really should try to get away from like just scalping, you know? Appreciate that follow, Lico. Yeah, scalping is usually done on small time frames, like 1 minute or 3 minute, even 15-minute can be used as for scalps. But you know, you should get away from that, right? Like you don't make any. The real money is made on bigger time frames. Like your idea should come from at least a 4-hour or at least an hourly chart. Like you should be trying to make money, like to figure out what's the next hourly candle gonna look like, or what's the next 4-hour candle gonna look like, and then use the small time frames for entries or scalping. Yeah, every trade starts with a scalp. You know what I mean? It's the same. Like if you're an active trader, every entry is a scalp, but if you have a bigger time frame idea, you're just using the scalp just to get a good entry. Like really, I don't look at anything less than a 15-minute chart usually. Unless it's like there's a massive dump coming. I was looking at the 1-minute chart when Bitcoin dumped over the weekend, when there was a Bitcoin dump, or like a few days ago or whatever it was. The reason I was looking at it is because the 15-minute chart on Bitcoin during that cascade was the 15-minute gain wasn't for, you know, 6% up. So I'm not going to wait for 6% to go by. So I was looking at the 1 minute. So this is the big dump on Bitcoin. Just break it down, the dump here for you guys. So there was a big dump. This is the 1 minute chart, right? 1 minute swing to gain. Gained it, created a gap. So retest of that is where you're getting involved. Now you're getting involved on the 1 minute chart. You're not gonna just scalp this to right here. That's crazy. This thing just dropped 10%. You know what I mean? Like, of course it's going much higher. But yeah, that's how you use a 1 minute chart. You only use the for, like, I don't know, any semi-professional trader even will only be using 1 minute charts for, like, you know, when the market is either dumping super hard or pumping super hard, because they do that because when you're looking at like a bigger chart like the 15 minute, the swing to gain is way too far away. Like, by the time this happened, you're already in a position. You know what I mean? Like, by far. Not saying that this is wrong. Like, you could have waited for this, right? You could have waited for this and took the trade here, right? If you wanted to, but like, you're gonna have a better entry if you use the 1 minute down here. Hope that made sense. Nice, Lev. Glad to hear it, man. Long and short, good. I'm a little bitter that I didn't take this short on Bitcoin. Like, I was sitting at the chart watching this here. It just didn't give my entry, you know, my setup that I usually take. I could have took this right here. There is a little gap here. But what are you gonna do? I still think that 103 is gonna get tagged in short. Well, I think I'm probably gonna leave it there, boys, for now. Oh, we actually had some viewers come by today. It's awesome. 14 viewers we had on YouTube. Not bad. Doesn't show me on Kick. Cool. Yeah, so that's probably going to be it for me for right now. Yeah, it's no problem. Cause you know, like I said, I'm happy to help, man. Especially you new guys, man. I'm happy to help. I know how hard it is when you're new, man. Like, it's fucking hard. You know, when you do start getting it, it becomes even harder not to. Or if like you go on a run and you start getting a bunch of good trades, it becomes even harder not to get overconfident and then fucking blow up your account. Yeah. For beginners, I think the best way, Lev, is prop firm. Really, because you can't lose that much money. Like let's be honest. You know, when you're first starting out, 100% you're gonna lose money. You know, you're gonna lose money. So at least with prop firm, like at least with this prop firm, it costs $64 for the account. If you blow it up, you need to pay another $64. That's not a big deal. You know what I mean? It's a lot better than like if you funded a $5,000 account and lost it all. Yeah, I'd be curious too. I haven't done too much research on like what stocks are good for that, but something to look into. All right, folks. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping in, man. Like I said, I really appreciate you guys. For you new guys, make sure you keep coming back, man. Like the only way to learn this shit is consistency and coming back and doing, you know, just going through the motions and trading. If you haven't yet, start with a paper account just to get the feel for doing order entries and, you know, market orders and limit orders and placing stop losses and profit targets and stuff like that. You need to that stuff needs to just be like second nature, right? So, you know, you should open up a paper account, and with TradingView has a paper account, you can do it with them. And just practice putting in orders, and then honestly just, you know, come to the stream and just like trade along, and like when you have an idea, just let me know about the idea and I'll give you my take on it. And I'm sure the other people here will too, you know what I mean? All right, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. This is a mic test. 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 Mic test, mic test. Mic test, mic test. Jesus, I really can't see. Now I can just see perfect with these glasses on. and I can take them off and I can't see shit. Great. This is a mic test. 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 Mic test, mic test. Mic test, mic test. Not good. Oh no. So Soul, analysis on Soul. Came down, tested this gap. You see here where it made this low, and then it had a 4-hour gain, and it made this gap here. Remember how we talk about gaps all the time on this channel? This gap right here, and this 4-hour low. It's important things to keep in mind when things are like things are falling apart and going crazy. Understand.